Alright, Big Strongs, we're back for another workout, and it is leg day. So we're going to start out with, I don't know if you want to call this a hack squat, squat, pendulum hack squat, I don't know, it's one of those. As you can see, not putting up big weight, got them old knees and old back, so we're creeping the weight up. I think a couple of weeks ago I was just putting one plate on here and doing sets, so adding a 25 and we'll go up to a 35 here on the next set. Again, for today, we're working that outer band on the quad, so the feet were inside the shoulder, just slightly inside shoulder width. No, it doesn't look like it here from this angle, but still have my toes driving out. That's just naturally where it feels good on my knees. If I try to point my toes forward, yeah, not so good. So, but anyways, more narrow foot position, probably about midway down on the foot plate. Trying to get the stress on those outer quads. Of course, we'll be hitting some butt as well. I think I'm doing sets of 8. So now we've gone up, put a 35 on each side, took the 25 off. This is a really good exercise. It always kicks my butt. Normally it's maybe my third or fourth exercise. I did it first today, just to try to get a little bit extra weight on it. This might be the last set here. Thing to remember on these, just keep that pressure on the back plate. I find kind of pushing back with my head helps keep my form true. Concentrating on getting equal pressure on both legs, driving through the feet evenly. Now, if you want to do like the old, I forget his name, there was an old bodybuilder, he would actually put his heels together and get up on his tippy toes and drive forward with his knees. I forget who that was, but crazy stress on the quads and knees. But alright, here we go. Leg curls. I really like the sitting leg curl. I didn't before, but it finally clicked with me. And what the trick is, you really want to isolate your hips. So you'll see how I'm working back, and you have to set the machine up for you. Just don't jump on the machine and start repping out, because I can't remember if I left it in, but anyways, I had to set the machine up for me. So you got different settings. Make sure they're good for you. And you'll see I've got my hips fixed in place. I'm putting pressure on the back plate. I'm pushing with my hands on the handles, so I'm actively pushing back. And that's to keep my whole upper body and hips kind of pinned in place where I'm just hitting those hamstrings. There's no hip movement. If you're having to jerk this movement and move around a lot, you're probably too heavy. Might drop the weight a little bit, because it is an isolation exercise. This isn't a power movement. I guess you can, and some guys are going to be big and strong and they can put up a lot of weight. But for me, in some of my old injuries, one of which is a hamstring injury, for me, keeping the weight moderate, really dialing in the technique and the isolation really helps me dial in my hamstrings. So here, like just wasn't feeling right. I wasn't able to get a full extension, so I clicked it up one more. That way I could come out and extend, and I wasn't bottoming out the weight. Get a little bit of my face up there, making the funk face. That's how you know it's working. All through the workout here, rest breaks were between 1.5 minutes and 2.5 minutes, just depending on how I felt. I think on the hack squats I was doing 2 to 2.5 minutes, just because it's a big kind of compound movement, even though it's not a full squat. Here on the leg curls, I think I was doing 1.5 minutes. Remember when I had my hamstring injury, I tried to do these and I thought I was going to die. I climbed on and climbed right back off. Alright, on these, any kind of feedback, there's several angles of this toe raise. I cut out the actual first angle because my arm was in the way. There's this angle. I don't know, it's hard to see what I'm doing. And I can't really use the handles for my hands. And the seat, it's the way the machine is built. The seat's kind of unstable. I don't understand why it's built that way. Anyways, doing toe raises. I did not do my double clutch that I normally do. I'm just doing straight toe raises. Here you see me adding like a little bit of knee into it. Just trying to figure out this machine. This is the first time I've done toe raises on this machine, just to have a little variety. And I actually liked it, so I'll probably go back to this machine as well. The travel path of the weight is nice. It's kind of an arc. But in any case, so here's the first angle, which I don't like very well. And I'm doing sets of 20 to 30 on the toe raises here. I find that to do sets of 8 to 12 on toe raises or calves, I really have to jack the weight up, and it's just a pain to move the weight around. So as you can see there's just 245s on the machine, and I just upped it to 20s and 30s, you know. Alright, here's a different camera angle looking overhead. I think this is my favorite. If I would have gone a little bit higher and a little bit more forward, because you could really see my legs and feet and what I'm doing. You know, here my head gets in the way. It's a big old head, so you can see I'm kind of adding that knee flexion just a little bit to kind of do like a little 8th press and then extend on out with my toes. Just felt like a more natural movement. That's why I kind of like this machine, because it's got that, it travels on an arc. But I really like this because I can kind of get some flex in my quads. Not much, but it felt natural to extend into the toe raise after that. Where a lot of times with toe raises, you just have your knees locked out and then you're, you know, doing the toe raise. It doesn't feel natural. You can get a good burn for sure. This movement felt more natural, and I was able to get a burn as well. So I might start using these a lot more. And I guess that just leads to a good point. Don't be afraid to try a new piece of equipment. You might, you know, if it doesn't work the first time, I'd probably try it 2 or 3 times, see it until it clicks. Same thing for me with the seated leg curls. The first time I used it, I hated it. I was like, what is this crap? Then it clicked one day, and now it's probably my primary go-to for hamstrings. You know, I still use the lay-down tables. So here's kind of the same angle as the last one, but I just went to the side a little bit. Again, not bad, but I think I like that straight overhead better. This isn't bad though. Trying to make sure the bill of my hat's not in the way. So again, not double clutching, just straight, kind of a little bit of knee flex and then extending on out through the toes. Sometimes I'll hold that extension as well. I'll pause. I'm not really doing that today, just kind of pumping out the reps. I've seen some people say you want to be under tension for about 40 seconds during a set, so I figured if I'm doing sets of 25 to 30, just by nature of doing that many reps, it'll be 30 to 40 seconds. I didn't time it. I could be wrong. Let me know. There we go, trying to climb out of the machine. Always a chore. I believe this is the last set. Just do more of the same. Kind of found that groove where I needed to be for the reps. It's just a matter of doing them. Doing so many reps though, I think I'm having to reset about halfway through, just reset my feet. But good work, good burn. Got some good work in on the old hammer strength. I think this is a hammer strength leg press, or again, it could be a pendulum press because it's kind of working that way. I'm not sure, to be honest. Hyperextensions, good old hyperextensions. Now what I've done here, normally I go kind of high with the pad. Now I've lowered the pad by 3 notches on the machine. And if I remember right, I can't remember if high pad is more glutes and then low pad is more hamstrings or vice versa, but I lowered it by 3. And I thought I could feel it more in my glutes. Now, I could be wrong, and that's just me being, I don't know, confirmation bias or whatever, but I thought I felt this more in my glutes having that pad lower. But double check that. One thing I am trying to do is keep a neutral back position. I'm really not trying to bow my lower back. Even though it doesn't have the support on my hips of the pad, that's fine. Still want to maintain that neutral position with those erectors in the bottom of the spine. But you can feel good, just 3 sets of 10 here. Like I said, there's some people, they want to load it up and they'll be carrying 2 plates or a 25 or something. I don't do that too much. Every once in a while I'll try it, see how it feels, and so far I've never really liked the way it feels, so I just like body weight, and if I want to get more of a burn, I just do more reps. So moving right along into single leg press. Again, staying with that outside chain. We're going toes straight up. What I'm doing is getting my foot position just inside of shoulders, and then from there I'll drop one leg, keep that other foot in the same place, and I do kind of shift my hip to where it's comfortable having that toe straight up, so I'm not grinding my knee, but still wanting to feel it on the outside of that quad. So again, getting that foot position where it's just inside of shoulders, drop a foot, the other foot's in place, start banging the reps out. And if I feel any tension in my joints or any, what would you call it? If I feel my joints grinding, I'll change my hips or change the angle of my hips or my back because the foot's in a fixed position. And I really want to make sure I stay on that outer quad. Whatever it's called, you have to look it up. And then on this one, it's just easier to drop a leg and slide on down to get off the machine. Otherwise, I get stuck. And again, you can see the weight on this. I'm only doing 15 pounds, but I'm also doing body weight. My body weight's about 315, 317, so, you know, that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. And on these, I think I might have, it was probably 2 minutes of rest on these. Generally when I'm, working big muscles, I'll take 2.5 minutes to rest just to recover my breathing. And that's on you on your workout. If you're really wanting to get your heart rate up, get the blood pumping, do a minute and a half. I would just recommend the heavier you're going to lift, rest a little longer. It makes it a little safer when you're really lifting heavy loads. So. But again, these felt good. Probably next time add a plate or two, add a little weight. Remembering to get that foot position between switching feet. Just don't throw the other foot up there. Kind of keep it where it would be if you were doing the leg press in a narrow stance or a wide stance. Toes out, toes in, toes straight up, whatever the case may be. Just kind of get that set first and then drop the leg. Seems to help me keep it in a good position. I'm just catching my breath here. I think that was the last set, yep. So now we're back on to leg curls, but this will be single leg curls on the table. I think I lost the first set here, so it'll just be 2 sets. But there were 3 working sets. So again, the same thing with this. Whenever you're on the table, even if you're doing 2 legs or 1 leg, you really want to be isolated with the hips and the back. You kind of want to lock your back down in the neutral position. You don't want to be like arching up like a seal or a cobra, whatever. You kind of want to keep that back in the neutral position, keep your hips fixed, and then just curl. Curl with your legs. And if you're having trouble maintaining that, the weight's too heavy. Drop the weight, keep a good form, get a good squeeze. I think after here, this might have been kind of a warm-up set. And I think I might have gone up after this. I'm not sure though. We could look at the plates as they come up, see if I increase the weight. Maybe not. But again, my legs are not my strong suit. Like I said, got some nice pictures of that right hamstring just black and blue and purple from where I pulled it probably 2 years, going on 2 years ago. So they there for a while. That 2 years they didn't get much work at all. Only now is my legs feeling right to start rolling them back into the workout. Probably gonna be the last set. Well, thanks for joining the workout. If there's any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments, and stay strong. We'll see you next time.